Developed by Stress Level Zero and released in September 2017, the main character is a young boy named David who was hired by his mother for a Duck Season game, and if you have played the game then maybe you will know Duck Season. It's not just a duck shooting game. After playing all the game, I used the Kid Wizard book to explore the entire space in the game and ask the question, what happened in Duck Season? In my opinion, thinking everything that happens in the game is heard being told that the game has many ending, proving the story has many directions and ending. That's all a clue that made me think this is because from the moment we enter the game we are not standing in David's living room, but in a room that looks like a cinema, and our position is like one person watching the story. Now let's analyze David's family. There are a few things. I am sure that the father is a baseball player, in particular through the picture and text sent to his son. And the mother, I think, is a housewife who is not good and loves her child. The clue is that the cookie jar in the house looks like a coal pot, the kitchen furniture is messy around where the child plays, there are several glasses of water and food snacks, milk cartons. This proves that the mother is worried about her child being afraid to play and forget to eat and drink. She also discovered that this family has a dog due to a picture of David taking with him and looking out at the yard. Then there is a small dog coop. At the same time, David's family moved house. A lot of times I saw a lot of travel magazines around the house. If you played this game, you will know that the dog image in the game is the father image, but why in David's mind shaped the father with the image of a dog? Perhaps in real life David is often transported by his father to hunt ducks, and you can see the landscape paintings are just like in the duck shooting game. One more detail, when we see the dog smoking on the screen, but when it comes back, we put the cigarette out like a father doesn't want his kids to imitate. Smoking relationships in the family. David, I will arrange like this. The father loves the child but is indifferent to the mother. That makes the mother always suspect that her husband is cheating, and that the mother is always try to become better through buying magazines, cooking guides, and fashion. And the child, besides, you really like games. I have no clue at all. Okay. That's the basic foundation of this family, and now is a very powerful step in their hypothesis after watching the situations. Ending and clues. I will divide the story into two different universes. In the second universe David is a good son, and the second universe, David is a bad child. Why divide like that? If you don't know at all 7 ending in Duck Season originate in Vietnam. You have to shoot the dog, or if during the game you do not shoot the dog, then prove David was a good boy and things then went under the universe 1, and if you shoot the dog, even if only one pill, David will default to a bad kid and the universe will follow the universe 2. Interestingly, in both the David family universes, there are basic foundations that I said in the beginning. But in each universe we'll add new additional elements beyond those basic foundations. Now we will go deep into Space 1. If you don't shoot the dog, David is a good kid. At the same time, 2 endings occur. First in Space 1, that is ending. In ending Fiesta we will see after playing every game screen, then David was going to bed and she called the next day to have one new title to play attention. In the mother's last sentence before good night, we hear, I would have shoot that annoying dog, which proves the mother suggested to David to shoot the dog in the game. To more ending. And these ending in the universe, the 2 second ending in universe 1 is ending, nuke. After we shoot the sun we see David lost in a wide fog. Big, and he ran around calling names like Alex, Kelvin, Braden, Jake. A while later we see the dog approaching Kelvin and the Stress Level Zero logo pops up, but if you look at the back of the logo uncomfortably we will see the dog comforting David, and his hypothesis right now is the image of the sun representing the truth for the emotions deep in the mind, and when shooting the sun explodes means the emotions flowed, and the fog is the description of David's mind that he call names. Maybe old friends do transfer. The house was too much to see again. The fog was like a loose loneliness surrounding David, and now the dog, as a father, came to David's side and comforted his son online. They said that the dog is trapped in the game and understands the loneliness, so I comforted David. At first I thought about this hypothesis but then did not choose it, because if we opened up the problem that the dog was stuck in the game, In the current universe we have no clue to explain it, and just now our hypothesis about the 2 ending of Universe 1. Now we are going to Universe 2. One universe much more complicated at the same time as the universe takes place. 5 remaining ending into Universe 2. If shooting the dog means David is a bad kid, we will have loads of additional elements, such as the father's mentality will be very angry and discontented because the mother does not know the housework and is skeptical, and the son likes to kill and be violent. This special in Universe 2 is likely to be high. David Chun 1H was the one who shot the dog in the family. This is why we cannot see any dogs around in the house, and it is this incident that pushed family conflicts to the climax of family breakdown. The father wants to punish the child, but the mother stops the divorce. Both the father and mother and daughter David move to another place to live. The father goes mad and becomes a serial killer and pursues both mother and child David, also causing the first 4 ending in Universe 2 is ending. Trapped forever. Mother dies. We are stuck in the game due to failure to kill the giant boss. The last image we see is David sleeping and the dog turns off the game screen. My theory about this ending is that we are locked in the game, which also happens to David, which means that after the father turns off the screen he will lock David in one somewhere. Longer tape is returned to the leasing and subleasing. 1 other kids are playing second ending deathing. The mother is still dead, but we are not stuck in the game for killing the giant. Back in David's room, the dog comes out from the shadows and kills David. The hypothesis for this ending is pretty obvious. Dad, after killing the mother, killing the child. As for the image of us standing above and looking down at David's room, from the beginning I said all were just stories, so we were not surprised. About this third ending is ending revenge. At last the mother is still dead. We take down the giant boss and go back to the real world. David defeats the dog and bury the mother, then leaves home to fake his theory in this ending. David, after seeing his mother killed it faced directly with the father and beat his father's image on the screen, disappears. David proved not kill him before David left home with a gun. This further proves that the father is still alive and that he will face him in the future. The 4th ending hybrid is ending Bestman. This is also the simplest ending in the game. David, while playing duck shooting to level 6 or 7, we will see the dog with the camera prowling outside. We pick up the phone and call later. That continues to shoot ducks to level 8. There will be a policeman chasing the suspect, and finally, we'll see the image of a dog shot dead outside the door, holding a hypothetical knife in this ending. Very easy. David is playing the game. The father finds the mother and daughter David and snooping outside. David discovers and warns the police. The police come and shoot the father, and that is all 4 ending in Universe 2 to 1. The last ending, but it is not in any universe's ending, dog. To get this ending, you have to do all the 6 previous ending and remake the Fiesta ending one more time. In this ending we discover behind the theater projector is dog control ending. This story has clarified his original hypothesis that we had been listening to the story The Watch Co. The black cat in David's house is also one of the clocks in the beginning of the movie Back to the Future. All the objects in David's house are a setup from 1988, but there is an album. The music on the shelf is 2015 according to his theory. The dog behind the theater is David. After growing up, he becomes an employee in the cinema that simulates his own room in the old days and tells his story in many different directions, which is hypothesis. Savage Gaming to explain 7 endings and answers to questions about what happened in duck season. If nothing unreasonable or wrong, you please comment sides below. And all I say in the video is just hypothesis. Don't forget to leave a like, share and follow up for game analysis.